Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Air Hauler 2 and a little FSX. So we are picking up where we left off with our last flight, and that is basically we are running narcotics from Kilo Juliet Kilo Alpha to 1GA8. We are right outside of it. We're here in just south of Moultrie, Georgia, and we are at 09 Gulf Alpha, and we're just hopping across the interstate here. It's 29 nautical miles from there to there, so it's basically a little up and down that we're going to take. Looking at the runway information, though, it's back into a grass runway, 2,900 feet. So let's go ahead and fly that. We're going to use our Cessna Skyhawk 172. It's going to say the aircraft's not at the job start location. That doesn't matter because we are en route, and this is the continuation of the flight we did the other day. So narcotics are already on board. We've already got plenty of fuel, so we don't need to have to worry about loading up or anything else like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK. Now, because I had closed down the tracking window, it's going to think this is a brand new flight, and it's going to want to do my departure option, which is from 09 Gulf Alpha. It thinks I need to fly all the way back to KJKA and pick up the load, but I don't need to. I wish I could just delete this out of here, right? Go ahead and clear that route out, but it won't do it. It clears out the whole thing, and it's stupid. It will not let me just do a direct route straight to the 1 Gulf Alpha 8. There's no way for me to do it. This is the reason why I don't use the flight planner to do my flight plan within Air Hauler, because it thinks I need to come back to here, and it's too stupid, you know, for its own good. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this up for VFR, and I'm going to set it down for 3,500 feet, and I'll end up just going into FSX and doing a real quick dirty flight plan to get it done and be done with it. So destination airport is not added to the flight plan. Oh gosh, cancel this, clear the route, fly direct to it, accept the route. That's all we need to do. All right, so the tracker is up. That's really all I want, is the tracker up. I'll go into FSX and I will set everything up, and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, well, here we are back on the airfield, or somebody's backyard, and we're ready to continue on. All we really have to do at this point is lose a little bit of weight on the plane. We dropped off our load, so let's clear out that back cargo. And our front seat comes 70 pounds lighter, so we need to go ahead and give this guy a little diet plan. So bring this down to 100 pounds, because all we got left is our narcotics on the front seat. And so at that point we are ready to get rolling. So let's go ahead and close that out, and we will go ahead and jump inside so we can start up the engines. Again, we're treating this just like a hot stop. We're not sitting around wasting any time. We came in here, we dropped off our load. There's nowhere to go eat. So we're just going to turn back around, fire the motors back up, and get back on our way. So at this point, let's do the basics here. I'm going to go ahead and open my window up, get that open. I'm going to go ahead and look down, make sure that fuel select, nothing has gotten changed there. So we're good there. Make sure again that our pedals, rudders, everything's free and clear. We'll go ahead and turn on our key, or turn on our power, turn our beacons on so everybody can see that we're here. I'm going to adjust my throttle about a quarter of the way up. Push my mixer in just a little bit. Again, this engine is nice and warm, so we don't have to worry about it. I am going to look around, make sure the area is clear. I would yell clear prop, and then I would be able to roll this baby on over and get her started. So and she should come back up to life. Go ahead and give her a little bit of mixture. Yep. Go ahead and get our radios on, strobe, nav lights. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my taxi lights, though they're not that important on this field. And again, guys, all we're doing is a quick up and over. Our range, we're only going 23 nautical miles, so you can see we're headed right over here. So basically, we're just going to jump up, contact that airport, and declare that we're going into that airport, and we'll get over it. So alright, so I'm just going to turn and go out to the east on this. So that's going to be nice and easy for us. And again, let's just look outside, make sure our ailerons are working, check our elevators, that nothing got broken or whatever. Nobody leaned up against it while we were unloading cargo and broke anything. That's good. So, inside we go. I'll go ahead and declare the runway we're going to go out on. So we're going to go out on runway 9. That's it. Announce taxi.
Alpha traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel is taxiing to runway 9er.
Alright, so let's go ahead and set up our heading bug there. We're just going to jump up to 3,500 on this. 3,500, that's good. Flaps down 2, so we get a good takeoff. Elevator, let's elevator trim, let's bring that down a bit. I'm not going to go all the way to the takeoff line, though we're not that heavy, so right about there should be good. And we're pretty much ready to roll. So at this point, let's go ahead and release our brake, and we'll head over there. Get our headphones pushed in so we can quiet down the motor a little bit. There we go. And we'll just make our way right around here with this big grass field. Making note of that Beechcraft Baron up there. It's not going to present any issues to us. All right. Go and set up right here real quick. There we go. Go ahead and set our parking brake real quick. I am going to do a quick run up, just so I make sure that nothing is wrong with the motor. Even though we just came in with it pretty hot, we do want to make sure that there's nothing let loose while we were out there. Everything's good. I mean, it's best just to follow procedure and do things, you know, that you would normally do. They're not that hard on this plane. Alright, so I'll pull that throttle back just a little bit. That's rich, that's there. Final check, everything looks clear. I will go ahead and announce that we're going straight out.
09er Golf Alpha traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel, taking off runway 9er, departing straight out.
Alright, off the brake. Alright, here we go again. One last time. To get paid $5 grand, we gotta go 23 nautical miles and not wreck it. Alright, we're up. Go ahead and bring those flaps back. Flaps back. And close that window. There we go. Oops. Gotta look in that direction, not paying attention to what I was doing. Trim that nose down a little bit. We're pretty light, so we can climb pretty fast. I just make sure we're not going to over climb, you know. So let's go ahead and nearest airport list. We should see one GA. Look for 0 GA8, right? I gotta look and make sure I know what I'm looking for. 1 GA8. 1 GA8, which is right there. Alright, select runway for landing. We're going to go in on 3-5. And we're just going to announce our position.
Traffic, Cessna, November 7274, hotel is 22 miles west, 1,400, inbound to land, runway 35.
I don't even see a reason why to do flight following because it's 20 miles, and then typically in flight following, I would go ahead and announce 15 miles out that I was somewhere between 15 20 miles out, I would go ahead and cancel my flight following. So I don't really see a need to do flight following on this. Now maybe I'm wrong on that, maybe I should have, but somebody who is a more experienced sim pilot or even real life pilot can give me the answer on that and tell me I did something wrong or not. So we're going to bring ourselves around here to a heading of 90. Catch up with our course on our GPS. And we're climbing out. We could probably nose up just a little bit and continue to climb. Looking good. I'm going to lock my track IR in for a moment just to steady everything up while we navigate. Alright. So bring this heading around. Stable up right there. And what did I say? 3,500 feet. So we'll climb up to 3,500 and then we'll level off. Back off that engine power just a little bit. That'll slow our climb up. Bring our rate of climb down a little bit. Because I might have to trim for 3,500 anyways. I'll just go ahead and slow up my motor a little bit. Wanting to come left on me again. I think that's because I'm a little out of balance. I got to thinking about that earlier. You know, I'm 70 pounds to the left on this plane right now. See if I can get that leveled up there. Nope. Come on, trim down. Trim that nose down a little bit. Bring it back up. Bring that power down a little bit. This is my weakest, really weak area, is trimming out without submarining up and down, you know? Finding that sweet spot. Go ahead and pull that throttle back a little bit. Not too much. Not the throttle, but my mixture back a little bit. I don't want to thin it out too much, but oops, now we're falling. Which is fine because we need to get back down around 3,500. Come on. Come on. Alright, so I'm having to put a little back pressure on it. Bring that nose down up just a little bit. Man, ATC would be yelling at me right now. You're 200 over your elevation. Terrible at trimming. Like I said in my earlier videos, there's a little catch in my yoke that messes me up just a little bit. Oh, still a little heavy on that. A little heavy on that nose. I'm still walking a little off course. I might have it now. As I say that, her eyes way up. Get that right about there. There we go. Pitch up just a little bit. I can handle that. Doesn't have to be dead on, does it? See, it's just wanting to creep up ever so slightly on me. And I make a couple of little taps on the elevator and then it wants to go way south on me. Where is that happy medium at? Alright, that's good. Alright, so we are 9 miles out from our runway. So again, we'll just go ahead and declare our position.
Golf Alpha 8 traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel.
Go ahead and slow down a little bit.
West 3500, inbound to land, runway 35.
Yep. Might as well just go ahead and descend because we are headed in there. So I'll go ahead and pull back on the throttle a little bit. Try to get us down to 2,000 feet. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I do that every once in a while. So our runway is going to be 3.5, so I want to set my heading bug so I see where that's at. Uh, 350. There we go. So we'll cross over the runway, take a turn, and we'll go south. And then we'll set up and we'll come back around. Need to cut that engine way back. Come on down to about 2,000 feet as we crank in on this runway. 2,500. Flat nose up a little bit. All right, nose up a little bit. Start trimming for 2,000. I'm gonna bring that airspeed down just a little bit. There we go. Our nose up. I think that's probably gonna be it right there. That big, huge, wide open area, maybe? Maybe not. Not really sure. We should be right on top of it, so. I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. That can't be it. Not with all that. It is it. With all the ruts and everything in the middle of it? Oh, goodness me. That's nasty. Ooh, it's like part of the runway is washed out. That's nasty. Oh, goodness me. Alright. Goodness me. We're having some fun with that one, aren't we? Oh, not fun. Announce downwind leg.
1 Golf Alpha 8 traffic. Cessna November 7274 Hotel is on downwind runway 35.
Oh, that's gonna be ugly. Man. Nice wrong runway. Half of it's washed out. Well, that's gonna be fun. Alright, well, let's get our altitude down just a little bit here. We'll go ahead and set up for our approach. What have I got? One, I got 2 sets of flaps in. And come down to 1600. A little off course. That's alright. Lock in my track IR so I can see what I'm doing. tends to bounce around a lot with track IR. So I've got a switch on my yoke that I can pop periodically, and that will change everything for me and keep everything adjusted right for me. So all right, things look good. We are cruising along 80 knots and we're holding 16, so we're looking good. We'll fly just a little bit further out and then we'll start our descent, make our base turn, and then we'll start our descent. And again, I'm looking to do about 400 feet per minute on my descent, and so it's a nice smooth approach. Alright, I always get nervous right about now, you know? I never know whether I'm going to flub it or get it right. And it's not nearly as bad when I'm just playing the game by myself and it doesn't really matter, you know? If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. But when I'm doing these videos, it's like, oh man, everybody can see everything I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong, you know? And I'm like, oh, gotta check this, gotta check that. Now there's two schools of thought. Now in this plane, I don't have to do it. Now in my Cherokee, or in the Comanche, I'm supposed to turn the fuel pump on right now. And there's some people say turn the fuel pump on approach. I don't, my manual on this one doesn't say to do that, so I don't do it. But no, we're dropping our nose a little bit. Let's give it a little power. Bring her back up just a hair. And we'll go ahead and make our base turn here.
1 Golf Alpha 8 traffic, Cessna, November 7274.
Give it a little bit of power for that turn.
Runway 35.
It's way too sharp of a turn. Let's see if I can crank that out a little bit. I didn't want to go 60 degrees on it. If I had some passengers on board right now, they'd all be throwing up. Well, he got us there alive, but I lost my lunch. Alright, here we are. Get it lined up. Check our course. And let's go ahead and get her out a little bit. Looking like a little off course on it. And we'll go ahead and add in a little bit of flaps. Bring our speed all the way down. There we go. And we'll start making that descent. And again, I'm looking to come in at about 400.
1 Golf Alpha 8 traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel is on final runway 35 to land.
Come on, nose, drop down. I'm pretty sure he's that big giant clear spot right up in front of us. So I think I'm a bit right of it. So I pinch myself a little bit on that turn. I'm gonna let myself drift over a little bit and then I'll reline up on course heading. Need to start descending though, or we're never gonna get on the ground. So let's get down a little bit. Not too fast. That catch in my yoke is killing me. Alright, I'm going to get rid of that. And that clearing up ahead is definitely the runway, so I know where I'm at. So now it's just a matter of getting set up, getting my speed adjusted right, and coming in at the right way. So let's go ahead and kill that power back. Get on down a little bit. Oh, and hopefully we don't crash. I'm gonna get down a little bit and then level her off a little bit. I'm way too high. Way too high. So let's get her down. And then I'll slow her up. Come in. I'm going to go ahead and lock in my track IR now, so it doesn't bounce around, and work on getting this thing on the ground. Kill my power a little bit more. Go. I'm going to start bringing the nose up just a little bit. A little bit of power. Bring that nose up just a hair. I'm not coming down as fast. Start to slow up a little bit. Let's bleed off a little bit of speed. There we go. There we go. Looking better. Uh-oh. Something doesn't look right. Right on the money. On down. Speed. Gotta kill my motor way back. As much speed off this as I can get.
500.
Yep, I hear you. Wow, I mean, I'm looking at that tip of that tree in front of me, because you can't hardly even see what is supposed to be the runway. So, bring up my nose just a little bit. Trying to slow that airspeed down just a bit.
Minimums.
There we go. 60, maybe a little bit less than 60. Oh, I gotta get over that tree. Tree's looking high. That tree scares me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I might buzz that tree. Maybe not. Alright, cool. Alright. Bring her up. This is a runway? Ugh. Really?
100.
Alright, kill that power way back. I'm a little off center. Alright.
50. 40. 30.
This looks like somewhere you'd run some
20.
narcotics, doesn't it?
10.
Oh, we're down. Nice smooth landing. Power all the way back. I'm gonna pull back on the yoke a little bit to let my elevator slow me down some. And then I'm gonna just apply a little bit of brake pressure. Oh yeah, it wasn't a greaser. We got smooth on it, but we're down. I can sleep easy now, knowing somebody got their narcotics. There are no buildings here at all, so yeah. So all I'm gonna do is just pull off the runway over here, spin her around. Well, we progressively got a little bit better with our landings. We went from broke something to okay to smooth. Next one might be a greaser. Maybe. If we're lucky. Alright, put that on there. Ooh, a little bit low on those RPMs. She's wanting to stop on me. So I don't really know the proper way to stop the motor on 172. I mean, some people say just turn the key off. on the Comanche that I'm learning on how to fly, they tell you to pull the mixture out, let it start to run rough, and then turn it off. And I'm thinking maybe if I do that, it'll help lessen the amount of spark plug foul that I've had lately. So I don't know, I'm going to start doing that. But if somebody says, no, that's not the way you do it, then, well, you know, okay, I understand. There's a reason why I'm doing it, but I don't know that it's the right reason to do it. So, all right, well, we are on the ground. Let me go ahead and set my plane up for just sitting here. We'll end up jumping back into it and going somewhere else, but I'll go ahead and set it to the point where it should be. There we go. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right, and what I do is I go in here and I save wherever I'm at. I save my plane right there, and it just makes it that much easier for me to load in the next time that I'm going to fly an air hauler. So that's what I'll do, and then I'll meet you guys in air hauler. All right, let's get paid. What do you say, huh? All that we've gone through. Narcotics 100. Unload that, and there you go. That's another $5 in the buck. So yeah, we made a little bit of money, even though we had to do some repairs on the plane. We made a little bit, and that's all that matters. We should have our company reputation climbing up as well. So if we go look at our info, yeah, we're up to 24.7 now, and we got 2 more points in our reputation for our cargo. So that gets us up to 34.0. And then money wise, finances, we're sitting at 159,496. Pretty happy about that. If only I could get a plane so I could purchase it. I'm waiting for, in the private market, I'm waiting for the Piper Comanche to show up, and then I'm going to buy it the moment it comes available as a used aircraft. If it doesn't come out used before I get to $208,000, then I will buy the Comanche straight up, and that way I won't have to repair it or anything. Because I mean, you buy an aircraft that's 86% damaged, you're probably looking at $40,000 worth of repairs anyways, which means the price on it is right about where it should have been when you bought it brand new. So that doesn't really, you don't save that much because you're gonna have to repair it eventually. But yeah, so $206,000 is what we got to get to. I don't know which Comanche I want to buy. I don't know if I want to go for the green and white, the blue and white, the blue with a red and white, or the red, which, you know, red goes with the Mr. Moose theme. So anyways, I'll pick all that out. We got a little bit of time to go. I got to grind out, you know, basically another $50,000 before we can make that purchase. But anyways, so I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I hope you've had a great time with it. We will pick up from where we're at in our next edition as we sit here on the floor right now in Georgia. I do see that this place has a run to North Carolina for $2,000 and another run. Well, that's out of my base airport. Close by the airport at U9 Gulf Alpha, or C909 Gulf Alpha, has seafood going 240 nautical miles up to just north of Tuscaloosa for $6,260. We might have found our next load. 659. Boy, we'll be loaded down with that one. But anyways, yeah, we'll get into some more stuff, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you consider giving it a like, maybe even sharing it with your friends. It does help me out a tremendous amount and is greatly appreciated. Also, leave some comments down below. That's really the only way I can gauge if you guys are enjoying what's being put out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want daily notifications. I try to do a new video each and every day. Also, if you want to stay in touch with me and find out what's going on, our social links are down in the bottom left-hand corner. Twitter is where I usually announce schedule changes, live streams, and new video releases. Facebook's a great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions to ask. And of course, I am trying to get to 1,000 followers on Google+, which I know I'll probably be old and gray before that happens. But if you can jump over there and follow me, it would be super awesome. So if you like today's video, there's a whole lot more content on the channel. I hope you'll browse through it, find something to keep yourself entertained until the next video or live stream. Speaking of live streams, I try to do them nightly around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next time, thanks again for watching. See you soon.